Of mystery, with the female subject, and it doesn't necessarily have to be about anybody that I know in particular or specifically, but sort of this mood of this woman that you might see, on the street or something. Like, what is she thinking? What's her story?
Artisans can also share their craftsmanship with locals and tourists at First Friday. And after 14 years, the festival continues to support the arts and inspire the Las Vegas community.
If you have the chance to come to First Friday, really, really recommend it. You see a lot of great artists, a bunch of different kinds of people, and if you want to share your art, definitely come down here.
Reporting for Studio G, I'm Rio Lockenlally.
Thanks, Rio. I'll have to check out First Friday next month.
Another thing that happened over the weekend was a campaign to bring rapper Drake to Drake University, which surprisingly worked. Unfortunately, most students were sleeping when the music sensation showed up, except for one lucky fan. The campaign by students to come to the university that shared his name finally came to fruition. The rap star made good on his promise to come to the university, popping by at a sorority after a show in the middle of the night.
Kappa Kappa Gamma, I'm outside your sorority house right now and you're all asleep.
And I was literally awake. I was sitting in my room doing homework.
I was kind of just looking around for other people on the street, and there was nobody up.
Students were asleep. Drake was posting pictures of himself on Instagram promoting the university. This then led to many applying to the campus.
It's a joke. We don't take it as a joke. Here's our apply link. The online application is free. Go ahead and apply. We had 9,000 followers on Instagram, and we just hit 15,000. Just in a few hours, we've had 6,000 new followers.
Thanked the university over social media and headed off to the next venue, leaving some upset and one student absolutely stunned.
But at least I can say Drake was on my campus.
So yeah, I think I was the only one that actually saw him and spoke to him, which was phenomenal. I can't believe it happened.
Man, that's pretty crazy. Drake at a university, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. I wish he came here and we got to see him, but we did get Chrissy Teigen.
Yes, we did get Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. That was amazing to have them on campus.
Exactly.
Yes, the only thing we missed out on is them singing. I think that would have been the real pinnacle.
Yes, well, she's actually a model, not a singer, but him singing would have been fantastic.
Well, both them singing. I'm not real critical when it comes to people singing. Only myself in the shower.
With the presidential debate coming up, UNLV's new parking structure opens just in time for additional parking. Reporter Catherine Ho has the story.
Standing behind me is a new shopping and parking garage complex in the works near UNLV. The 2.2-acre site is on Maryland Parkway across from UNLV's Greenspun Hall.
Not only will the new complex have 813 new parking spots, it will also feature new headquarters for UNLV police, retail, commercial office, and possibly residential space. I talked with Tad McDowell to get the inside scoop.
The garage is called University Gateway. It's right across the street from Smashburger on Maryland Parkway. Parking will be available to students starting on the second level and continue up, except you cannot park on the top level. This started as a public-private partnership between UNLV and a local developer. We anticipate in our planning process that over the next, I would say, 10 to 15 years, that we'll need to add one or two more structures.
I think the new parking garage is a good idea. UNLV is a commuter campus, so most of us drive to get to school. And the reason why traffic is so bad right now is everyone's going home because class just got out at about 4. And so this parking garage is going to be good. It's by things that we need to get to, like student union and everything else. I think we need another one in addition to it, if not even another parking garage after that, because this is the largest incoming freshman class that we've had.
Parking at UNLV became more of a problem when the opening of an RTC bus station took away hundreds of parking spots, making this new parking garage a hot commodity.
It's great to see UNLV expanding and making one of the most complained about problems, parking, better for the students.
We're going to take a short break, but stick around afterwards for our weather programming report and news from Spanish programming. We'll be right back after this.
I'm Kylie O'Rourke.
Shervin Mushuri.
I'm Langston Carter.
Hi, I'm Holly.
My name is Anna.
My name is Jameson Wilk.
Window on the Middle East.
Spinning Indie.
Denise and Holly.
It's Jazz and a Touch of Soul.
It's Latin Nights with Anna.
The Rebel and Revolt Show.
And you can check it out on therebelhd2.com.
Welcome back. I'm Mary Jane and I have your weather report for today. 90 in the high for our high, but now let's take a look at our live shot from the new parking garage. Now the parking garage is located on Maryland Parkway. It's going to be 84 right now, looking clear, no chance of rain. We have some winds coming in from the north at 4 miles per hour. It's looking good. It's looking very nice, actually. If we look at our 4-day forecast, now I know it's looking like we're like in the summer again with 90 in the high, but don't worry, it's going to cool down a little bit, going to hit a little bit into the 80s and 60s as well. Should start getting a little bit cooler once we hit into mid-October. And now, if you look, it's still going to be a little bit nice outside, but going into Hurricane Matthew for our latest update. Now, you can see the wind pressure and components of the hurricane storm surge. Now, with this surge, it does make a landfall and then it starts building up and flooding into a lot of states. Now, with a lot of the states that flood, that includes Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, the water approaches and hitting a very high sea level. And a lot of those states have already made people evacuate, and it's going to be very, very cold as we head into our national weather report. A lot of the lows and a lot of the highs, which means a lot of storminess, going to be a lot of rain, a lot of flooding. And if you're stuck in those states, what we can tell you is that move to higher ground, because President Barack Obama did say that for 31 counties that we are going to start evacuating. We're going to keep you updated and keep on watching. I'll let you know for your latest updates, and we'll be right back after the short commercial break.
As far as Studio G, at first it looks overwhelming, and at first it looks like it's a lot of work, but I'll tell you what, it's the most beneficial class I've had at UNLV to date, without a doubt. You get to not only develop stories and work on your interviewing skills, your editing skills, and your shooting skills from a camera perspective, you get to work on all the equipment that's in the studio. So you're working on audio, you're working on directing, tech directing, you get to produce your own show. You can take a 30-minute newscast and make it your own, and that's really cool about Studio G. Like I said, a lot of it seems overwhelming at first, but it is by far the best class I've taken at UNLV since I've been here.
Bienvenidos de nuevo a Studio G en español.
Hoy les traemos un programa lleno de cultura, información y ejemplos de la comunidad.
Para empezar, nuestro segmento para todos los Selena fans, le traigo lo último sobre el estreno de Mac Selena. Tuve la oportunidad de estar presente el día que llegó a Las Vegas.
Comenzó con una petición hace más de un año creada por la conductora de radio Patty Rodríguez de Los Ángeles. Muchas personas dudaban que esta petición se hiciera una realidad.
It was going to be fake, and it was just something that they just talked about until I saw AB posting it, saying that it was going to come out, and I'm excited.
La colección estrenó en Corpus Christi, la ciudad que vio a Selena crecer, el 30 de septiembre. Su hermana Suze Quintanilla y su esposo Chris Pérez estuvieron presentes para presentar la línea exclusiva. Las Vegas vio la llegada de Selena Mac octubre 6 y los queridos fans de Selena estaban esperando en fila desde la noche anterior.
10 hours.
La colección exclusiva incluye 12 piezas de maquillaje nombrados por las canciones de Selena. Coloretes como Dreaming of You y Como la Flor son un tributo especial al estilo único de Selena. Después de 20 años de la muerte de la reina, Selena sigue en los corazones de latinas en todo el mundo. Ella fue un gran ejemplo de que los sueños se hacen realidad. Para Studio G en español, Jennifer Hurtado.
La colección de Mac Selena se vendió completamente en tiendas y por el sitio de Mac. Si usted no pudo comprar el maquillaje, quédense pendientes porque Mac está trabajando doble para repoblar los productos en mac.com. Y como dicen todos los Selena fans, anything for Salinas.
Muchas personas dejan su país por llegar a los Estados Unidos y vivir el tan anhelado sueño americano. José Morales, el propietario de El Nopal Mexican Grill, nos cuenta un poco de su historia desde cuándo llegó hasta ahora y de cómo ha logrado llegar a ser dueño de 4 restaurantes.
Mi nombre es José Morales. Yo llegué a la edad de 19 años aquí a la ciudad de California. El motivo que me hizo venir a los Estados Unidos es a probar suerte, ya que en México estaba la economía un poco baja. Mi primer trabajo aquí en California fue en una compañía de textiles. Desde que llegué, desde 1987 al 92. Bueno, el interés por los restaurantes, después de que dejé de trabajar en la compañía de textiles, me dediqué pues empecé en un casino, a trabajar en un restaurante del año del 98, no, del 2000 al 2005. Trabajé en los restaurantes, en casino, del 2006 tuve la oportunidad de agarrar un restaurante, también en un casino, y de ahí en adelante pues seguimos dándole duro. El primer restaurante lo abrí en el 2006, ¿verdad? Y ahorita, pues hasta la fecha, hemos abierto otros 3 restaurantes, tenemos 4 restaurantes ahorita. Mi consejo para esas personas que quieren empezar un negocio sería decirles que si tienen una meta, le echen ganas hasta que la logren. Si se cae, no se preocupen, siempre hay oportunidades y oportunidades. Hay que ser persistentes para llegar arriba.
Como pueden ver, José Morales es un gran ejemplo de que con trabajo y esfuerzo todo se puede lograr, así dando a demostrar que las personas que vienen a los Estados Unidos lo hacen para trabajar y superarse, y es muy cierto que todo con esfuerzo se puede llegar a lograr. Se trata solo de confiar en nuestras capacidades y de no ponernos límites.
Hace 20 años, el Museo Hispano de Nevada ha abierto sus puertas a la comunidad de Las Vegas. En esos 20 años ha estado en diferentes locaciones, pero no dejen de seguir promoviendo la cultura hispana.
Es muy importante que los latinos se involucren y entiendan que el cambio climático nos afecta a todos. ¿Por qué especialmente los latinos? No solamente los latinos, las minorías, por una sencilla razón, somos los más afectados. Los latinos, las comunidades afroamericanas, las comunidades de bajos recursos son las que siempre están localizadas en los lugares donde más polución hay.
Vengan a conocer este maravilloso museo lleno de tesoros de la cultura hispana. El Museo Hispano de Nevada está abierto a todos los visitantes. Y los fines de semana, la entrada es gratis, y la fundadora los contó que su sueño es tener un hogar fijo.
La deportación ha causado la separación de miles de familias, pero hay un lugar en el que los familiares pueden hablar tras una reja y tocar los dedos de sus seres más queridos.
DACA, la reforma migratoria que ha ayudado a más de 728,000 estudiantes poder quedarse en el país legalmente y obtener un trabajo posgrado. Pero actualmente, con la reforma a querer extender DACA y obtener DAPA, actualmente la ley está congelada, dejando a miles de migrantes en espera para ver qué pasará en su futuro. Se trata de la legislación que se intentó pasar en marzo de 2015, en la que extendería la edad para recibir DACA, o sea, si llegaste antes de los 16 años, sin importar qué edad tuvieras.
Lamentablemente hubo a varios estados, Nevada fue uno de ellos, que se unió para demandar en contra al gobierno federal, en contra de DAPA y de DACA, porque supuestamente ellos decían que el presidente Obama no tenía el poder constitucional para implementar esas formas.
Esto congeló la oportunidad de brindar una reforma migratoria a miles de inmigrantes, pero no significa que los actuales recipientes están en peligro. Dreamers como Elisa Rincón, quien recibió DACA en cuanto empezó la universidad aquí en UNLV, todavía beneficia de la reforma migratoria.
Cada 2 años lo tenemos que renovar. Nos cuesta como $465 y se me hace difícil porque lo tengo que pagar yo sola, aparte de la universidad, pero al final me da la oportunidad de estudiar.
Para inmigrantes como Elisa, que han beneficiado de esta ley, todavía quedan miles de inmigrantes, en la que sus futuros están en las manos del próximo juez de la Corte Suprema y el próximo presidente.
Estas elecciones, primera vez, en mi opinión, es donde nuestro futuro está en una cuerda floja. So, como esta selección va a decidir si nos quedamos y seguimos nuestros sueños o se queda alguien que nos quiere deportar y nos llama criminales.
Reportando para Estudio G, Idania Ramírez.
Esperaremos los resultados de este programa y esperemos que todos los estudiantes puedan lograr un futuro mejor.
Gracias por su sintonía en este programa de Estudio G en español.
Gracias. Después de este mensaje volveremos con la programación en inglés.
My goal is to be an on-air personality, and that's what my career is. It feels really incredible because I've been wanting to do something like this for my whole entire life since I was little.
I mean, it's an opportunity to express myself, get my voice out in public, and get heard for things that I feel strongly about.
This station helped me out a lot, gave me a lot of information I didn't know about a radio station in general.
I mean, it was really easy to get a show here. I took the classes and did the shadowing. They give you a lot of freedom to do what you like, and I feel like there's a lot of support in places you can get answers to.
It's just an incredible experience because I could take what I learned here and I could turn it into something more.
Some of the younger crowd refers to the winter and fall months as the cuffing season, aka the time to find a potential significant other. You can bet this means more downloads of the popular dating app, Tinder. Reporter Sherelle Moore took a look at the app and spoke with an expert on how dating should really go.
It's just kind of one of those stranger danger type of deals. You don't know who you're really meeting, if that's really them or not.
Just use it for fun, just to look for people. I don't really talk and date. I'm just using it as a joke.
I'm sure we've all heard of Tinder, especially if you're in the single crowd. Over the years, it seems like the app has been growing in popularity. But how safe is it really?
Online is scary. Because there's no investment for anybody. The men you don't know if they're married, you don't know if they've got a girlfriend and they're just up at night looking for a hookup. You don't know anything about it, and they lie constantly.
Las Vegas matchmaker Elaine says finding love in a city like Las Vegas is difficult, but it is possible.
You're in school, you see each other every day. That's where romance starts. That's easy.
And of course, we've all heard the horror stories.
I do think it has some certain uses and benefits to people who, actually meet people, but in general, I'd say no, it's not the best thing for anybody.
One of my friends actually was on Tinder, and she met this, she was supposed to meet this guy, and she just freaked out because it seemed like he was older than his picture was looking at, and she didn't even approach him.
But what if you're tired of waiting?
In today's digital world, finding love can be as easy as grabbing your phone, sitting on the couch, and swiping right. But there are some things you need to look out for. Never give out any personal information, and always tell your friends who you're meeting up with. Also, always meet in a public place.
Dating apps might be a good way to find people in the technological age because it's kind of hard to meet people in real life, especially when people are busy.
Hearing about those horrors that come out of dating apps, it just makes me very hesitant to meet people. So if I were to meet someone, I would talk to them for a really, really long time before I make the step to go see them in person.
And if you just want some general dating advice, Elaine says keep it fun and maybe even ask a professional.
Don't come on like the Spanish Inquisition with 20,000 questions. They want to go on a date and have fun. They're not being questioned by the SS. Matchmaking, I meet and sit with every single person in my service. So when I introduce you to someone, it's like your best friend is introducing you to someone that knows you inside and out.
Elaine has been working in the matchmaking business for over 50 years, so it's safe to say she knows what she's talking about. But if you don't want to delete the app just yet, remember to always swipe smart.
Speaking of apps, Yahoo launched their new mobile app, Yahoo Newsroom. It is advertised as being a media program that shows users the stories people with like and interests follow. Not friends or family, but strangers with similar opinions. The app bases itself on community empowerment, being able to speak your mind, and allow people to engage in thoughtful discussion. Personalized engagement topics on the Yahoo Newsroom app are called Vibes. These vibes allow users to again fall into different categories of interest and tailored pastimes. It will be left to be seen, however, if the app that is reliant on thoughtful and engaging users isn't destroyed by spiteful users and trolls.
If you aren't really into the debates but still keep up with the madness of Hillary versus Trump, shows like SNL are perfect to keep you informed and keeping you laughing.
Live from New York, it's Saturday Night!
The last presidential debate of 2016 is just days away from taking place here on the UNLV campus. And with an election year in full swing, it's time for everyone's favorite politically inclined show, Saturday Night Live, to really take on the issues when it comes to the two candidates, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
Listen, okay, this was way back in 2005.
The comedians giving a humorous turn on all things political and exaggerating the lengths that these politicians really act at rallies and debates. Does it in the long run somehow change the views of how the public looks at or supports these candidates?
It doesn't give me a positive negative view. It actually, to me, promotes the campaign more because I hadn't really paid much attention to it until now.
Definitely does not change my opinion on the candidates. They're just kind of, expressing what the candidates, like their proposed legislation, their issues. They're just, emphasizing that, bringing light to it and just making it more humorous. That way it can, approach and with certain individuals. Just kind of to kind of be at a more level of understanding to certain age groups and, just so it can relate to people more.
While SNL may be giving UNLV students and other people across the country a break from the news and get a good laugh about this year's election, Saturday Night Live isn't the only place these presidential candidates have been popping up while on the campaign trail. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon has been a constant stop for both Clinton and Trump. Whether it be Fallon himself dressing up as Donald Trump in a Tonight Show sketch, Fallon is able to not only poke fun at this year's election, but also take the time to bring each candidate on for an interview. The last presidential debate is going to be held Wednesday, October 19th at the Thomas & Mack Center here at UNLV. For Studio G, I'm Megan Eisenhower.
Saturday nights are for making fun of the chaos that has become this presidential election.
All jokes aside, if you didn't get to see the presidential debate on Sunday, Studio G reporter Nathan Aslin has it covered.
Second presidential debate between Republican candidate Donald Trump and Democrat candidate Hillary Clinton took place on October 9th at Washington University in Missouri.
We are going to respect one another, lift each other up. We are going to be looking for ways to celebrate our diversity.
I began this campaign because I was so tired of seeing such foolish things happen to our country. This is a great country. This is a great land. I've gotten to know the people of the country over the last year and a half.
Trump's recently released controversial tape was discussed at the debate, with Trump apologizing and Clinton commenting on it.
This was locker room talk. I'm not proud of it. I apologize to my family. I apologize to the American people.
I said starting back in June that he was not fit to be president and commander-in-chief.
Both candidates discussed what they would do to improve health care for Americans. Clinton wants to improve the Affordable Care Act, while Trump wants to replace it.
We have to get rid of the lines around the state, artificial lines, where we stop insurance companies from coming in and competing.
I want very much to save what works and is good about the Affordable Care Act.
The recently released emails about Clinton from WikiLeaks was also mentioned.
As I recall, that was something I said about Abraham Lincoln after having seen the wonderful Steven Spielberg movie called Lincoln.
Now she's blaming the lie on the late, great Abraham Lincoln. That's one that I haven't.
The final debate will be on October 19th at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Reporting for Studio G, I'm Nathan Aslin.
Next week, we welcome both candidates to go head to head for the last time before the election. Now, did you watch the debate, Amber?
No, unfortunately, I was working that night, but I did see a lot of the recaps on Facebook and Twitter.
Well, I'll tell you, I watched it, but it was while I was at work. I had my phone out, and I'm work at Starbucks, so I'm making drinks and all that. So it was really awkward for customers because I have on one end, the milk steaming, and on the other end, I have, Trump going. And I'm watching it for so long, I started doing Trump impressions while I'm handing out lattes.
Very nice.
So it was the best latte. It was the best. I make perfect. They're stellar. They're amazing. And someone would go, oh, this is the wrong latte. I just go, wrong, wrong. It's not the wrong latte. It's very good. I wasn't able to do a Hillary Clinton impression.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I don't know if many people would like that very much.
But no, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
Nor did they like the pumpkin spice latte I gave them.
I'm very surprised.
We want to remind you that we will be here live for the rest of the semester, Tuesday through Friday. And you can catch up on debate night. You can catch us on debate night.
Also, we would like to welcome you to see what happens behind the scenes by following us, our social media platforms, whether that's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or Snapchat. You can find us at UNLV Studio.
UNLV Studio, what a great name. Before we go, we want to wish Annie Garcia a happy birthday. Thanks for watching. That's all we have for you today. Rebels, have a wonderful afternoon.